Accountability is one of those words that sounds good until you're the one being asked to take it. Most of the time, it gets used as a weapon, a way to shame people into doing more, trying harder, being better. You just need more discipline. You need to take responsibility. You're not pushing yourself enough. But that version of accountability never helped me. In fact, it just made things worse. And I know that because I lived on the other side of it. For a long time, I struggled with accountability. And if I'm being honest, I was very good at blaming everyone else but myself. And that's just the truth. There was always something else at fault: work, other people, circumstances, timing. And look, a lot of those things were real. Life was difficult at times. But what I didn't want to admit was this: blaming everyone else gave me comfort. It protected me from having to look at myself. Because if it's not my fault, then I don't have to change. Then one day it hit me, not gently, not gradually, like a freight train. I realized that no matter what situation I was in, I was the one reacting to it. I couldn't control everything happening around me, but I was responsible for how I showed up. And that realization was uncomfortable, but it was also freeing because it gave me my power back. That was the moment I started dropping the victim mentality, not because I suddenly had it all figured out, but because I was tired of feeling stuck. I became more open, less defensive, more willing to hear things I didn't like. And most importantly, more willing to say, yeah, that one's on me. That's where real accountability begins. Here's what accountability isn't: it's not self hatred, it's not beating yourself up, it's not constantly replaying your mistakes. That's punishment, not growth. Accountability is awareness. It's noticing patterns. It's being honest about your behavior without destroying yourself over it. I'll give you a real life example, and this is a recent one. So there's been a lot of stress around selling my house. Neighbors have been interfering, just complicating things and adding pressure when there didn't need to be any. And that pressure built up because they went behind my back, they went to the estate agents, and it was just an absolute nightmare. Then my daughter came home from school. The door was locked, but she had her key to unlock the door. I was sorting things out with the house, and she was just ringing the doorbell, constant ringing, ringing, ringing. And I just snapped. I was sharp, I was blunt, I was impatient. She didn't know what was going off. Why would she? She's not a mind reader. She can't see the future. She's not got a glass ball. But in that moment, I just knew I wasn't a nice father. And almost immediately after it happened, I just felt it. That feeling that says, that wasn't right. And now here's where accountability actually showed up. I didn't justify it. I didn't say, well, I was stressed. I didn't brush it off. I stopped, I apologized, and I explained what was going on. And I held my hands up. I said to her, how I reacted when I opened the door was on me. I shouldn't have reacted in that way. I've just got a lot of things going off. This is what's going off. But the main important thing is I shouldn't have spoke to you in that way. And I'm truly sorry. That moment mattered more than pretending it never happened. Because accountability isn't about never messing up. It's about recognizing it and correcting it, especially with people who matter most. That's how trust is built, and that's how respect is kept. What accountability really sounds like, and real accountability sounds like: that wasn't okay. I reacted badly. Next time, I'll handle it better. Not, I'm a terrible person. I always mess things up. What's wrong with me? One helps you grow, the other keeps you stuck. Now, most people don't struggle with accountability because they don't care. They struggle because they're afraid of what they'll see if they look too closely. But here's the truth: owning your behavior doesn't make you weak, it makes you solid. Missing the mark doesn't make you a failure, refusing to own it does. That's the difference. If this episode hit, if you saw yourself in any part of it, share it with someone who might need to hear it right now. And if you want more of these conversations, honest, grounded, no bullshit, follow the podcast so you don't miss what's coming next. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.